can do. What's difficult is things that you can't do. So these are things that we can do. So what we want to do is we want to write that down so we can start to put it in our consciousness when we are interacting with our children, so we can be a focused father, right? That's what it's all about. So now what's the next thing after we do that? After we look at the positive and we duplicate the positive, now the next thing that we got to do is what?
Identify the negative and resist it.
We got to identify the negative and then resist it. That means that if it was poison for us and it made the relationship sick between our children, but between us and our parents, then guess what it will do with our children and our relationship that we have with our children? It's going to make the relationship sick as well. Why is it going to make the relationship sick? Because we are giving the relationship poison. It was poison for us when we were children. Guess what it's going to be for them? Poison. And a relationship cannot function properly with poison. So we want to make sure that we do what?
Identify and resist.
It's like, hold up, that was poison. I'm not about to give my children the same poison that was given to me. What is that poison? I didn't like when my parents would just scream at me and holler at me. I didn't like when my parents would sit up there and say that I'm stupid or I'm dumb when I made a mistake. I didn't like when my parents talked down on me, when they compared themselves to me. I didn't like that stuff. I didn't like when my parents just tried to dominate me. Because adults have a tendency to try to dominate their children because they look at their children as, I'm looking to control you. I'm not looking to influence you. I'm looking to control you. And the way that I'm going to control you is through domination and fear. That means that I'm going to instill fear inside of you so I can have control over you. You better shut up. You better get over there. Have you seen how aggressive that some parents talk to their children? How would you like to be talked to like that? How would you like somebody to come up to you like, shut up? You better get over there. You better get your butt down. Just think about that. But we do it as parents unconsciously. So then this is what we want to do. We want to make sure we identify and resist the negative. That means that if we looked out there in the football stands, or we was at basketball, we looked in the stands and we didn't see nobody there to support us, and it made us feel negatively when we seen all of the other children had at least one person there to support them in their activities, in their extracurricular activities that they were doing, then we felt negative because our parents weren't there. What are we going to do when we are parents right now with our children?
Show up.
I'm not about to let my children feel the same pain that I felt. And I'm going to intentionally, resist that. That's how it's not going to enter into my parenting. If I don't look at it, then it will surface unconsciously. Ain't that how we do the same thing that was done with us?
Yeah.
Because we're not really coming at it from a conscious, from a conscious space. I'm not sitting up there saying, man, you know what? I am not going to give my children the same thing that I was given. My parents' word would fall through the cracks, and when their word fell through the cracks, that made me feel negatively towards them. When their word fell through the cracks, they would tell me that they were going to do something, and then when it came time to do it, they changed up on me. That means that they felt good when they said it, but when the mood changed, they changed along with the mood. Have you ever done that? Like you was excited, but then when the mood changed, it's like, man, I'm going to change with the mood. So if that happened with my parents and I didn't like it, what am I going to do now as a parent?
Resist that.
I'm going to resist it. I'm going to make sure that I mean what I say and I say what I mean with my children. If I say it, then I mean it. I'm coming through.